The samurai, a name that carries power, reverence, and awe. These warriors were not just soldiers of feudal Japan. They were architects of a way of life, champions of a strict moral code, and bearers of a cultural legacy that has endured for centuries. To many, the samurai are mythic figures. The stoic warrior clad in ornate armor, wielding a razor-sharp katana with unmatched skill. But the reality of the samurai is even more fascinating. Their lives were a blend of discipline and danger, honor and hardship, combat and contemplation. They were at once fierce fighters and refined poets, cunning strategists and unyielding loyalists. What made the samurai stand out among history's warriors? How did they rise to such prominence? And why do they remain a symbol of greatness to this day? In this video, we will explore every facet of the samurai's existence. We'll delve into their origins, uncover the intricacies of their training, decode the philosophy of Bushido, and examine the weapons that define their dominance. We'll also relive the stories of the most legendary samurai who shaped Japan's history, explore their influence on modern martial arts, and discover how their legacy continues to inspire. Prepare to embark on an immersive journey through the life and lore of history's most elite warriors, the samurai. Our journey begins in the Heian period, around the 8th century. At the time, Japan was ruled by the imperial court based in Kyoto. The emperor was revered as a divine figure, but his court struggled to maintain control over the distant provinces. As Japan's rural regions became increasingly lawless, powerful landowners, known as daimyos, began hiring warriors to defend their territories and enforce order. These warriors, the samurai, were initially mounted archers who fought to protect their lord's lands. They were more than hired swords. They were bound to their lords by personal loyalty, a bond stronger than written contracts or monetary compensation. This loyalty set the samurai apart from mercenaries and laid the foundation for their iconic code of honor. Over time, the samurai became the dominant military force in Japan. By the 12th century, they had solidified their power during the Kamakura period, when the samurai-backed Minamoto clan established the first shogunate. This marked the fragmented regions. Bushido, or the Way of the Warrior, is often described as the heart of the samurai. It was not merely a set of guidelines. It was a way of life that demanded unwavering commitment to its principles. These principles shaped every aspect of a samurai's existence, from their actions in battle to their behavior in daily life. Among the virtues of Bushido, honor was paramount. A samurai's reputation was everything, and they would go to great lengths to protect it. The shame of failure or dishonor could drive a samurai to commit seppuku, a ritual suicide that was seen as a way to restore lost dignity. This act, though tragic, was considered an ultimate display of loyalty and courage. Loyalty to one's lord, or daimyo, was another cornerstone of Bushido. A samurai would lay down their life without hesitation if it served their lord's interests. This bond of loyalty created a sense of unity and purpose that was unmatched in other warrior cultures. Bushido wasn't just about obedience and bravery. It was deeply philosophical. Many samurai studied Zen Buddhism, which helped them embrace the impermanence of life and the inevitability of death. This mindset allowed them to act without fear in battle, knowing that their fate was beyond their control. Through meditation, samurai developed mental clarity and focus. This discipline extended beyond the battlefield and into their daily lives, fostering a sense of harmony between their martial and spiritual pursuits. The katana is more than just a sword. It is a symbol of the samurai's identity. The craftsmanship behind a katana is nothing short of extraordinary. Swordsmiths would spend months forging each blade, folding the steel repeatedly to create a weapon that was as strong as it was sharp. The katana's curved design allowed for swift, precise cuts, making it ideal for close combat. Every samurai viewed their katana as an extension of their soul. It was not merely a tool, but a sacred object imbued with spiritual significance. Samurai often carried a pair of swords, the katana and the shorter wakizashi. Together, these were known as daisho, signifying the samurai's social status and readiness for combat. While the katana is iconic, the samurai relied on a diverse arsenal. The longbow, or yumi, was essential for ranged combat. Polearms like the naginata and yari were versatile weapons that could be used to sweep through enemy ranks or hold off multiple attackers. Samurai armor, known as yoroi, was another masterpiece of design. It provided protection without sacrificing mobility. The lacquered plates were lightweight yet durable, allowing samurai to move freely on the battlefield. Helmets, or kabuto, often featured dramatic crests designed to intimidate opponents and showcase the samurai's lineage. Becoming a samurai was no easy feat. Training began in early childhood and encompassed both physical and mental conditioning. Young samurai practiced relentlessly with wooden swords, gradually advancing to live blades as their skills improved. They also learned archery, horseback riding, and unarmed combat techniques like jujitsu. Martial arts were not just a skill, they were a discipline that required complete focus. Each technique was practiced thousands of times to ensure that it could be executed perfectly under pressure. Samurai were taught that hesitation or error in battle could mean the difference between life and death. Samurai were not only warriors, they were scholars. They studied literature, poetry, and philosophy, believing that intellectual pursuits were as important as martial training. This balance between the pen and the sword, known as bunbi yuriodo, reflected the samurai's belief in living a well-rounded and disciplined life. Through activities like calligraphy and the tea ceremony, samurai cultivated patience and mindfulness. These practices reminded them that mastery extended beyond the battlefield. No discussion of samurai legends is complete without Miyamoto Musashi, a man whose name has become synonymous with mastery. Musashi was a ronin, a samurai without a master, and arguably the greatest swordsman in Japanese history. Over his lifetime, he fought more than 60 duels, never losing a single one. Musashi's most famous duel occurred in 1612 against Sasaki Kojiro, a swordsman renowned for his swallow cut, a technique said to mimic the flight of a bird. The duel took place on Ganryu Island. Musashi arrived late, an intentional psychological tactic to unsettle his opponent. Using a wooden sword he had carved from an oar, Musashi outmaneuvered Kojiro and struck a decisive blow, solidifying his reputation as a peerless warrior. But Musashi's legacy extends beyond his combat skills. In his later years, he authored the Book of Five Rings, a timeless treatise on strategy and philosophy. His teachings continue to inspire martial artists, business leaders, and strategists around the world. Oda Nobunaga. Came abruptly with the Meiji Restoration in 1868. The emperor reclaimed power, and Japan underwent rapid modernization. The samurai were stripped of their privileges, including the right to carry swords, as Japan's feudal system was dismantled. Many samurai struggled to find their place in this new world. Some became military officers in Japan's modern army, while others turned to business or education. The samurai as a distinct class may have faded, but their values and spirit lived on, influencing Japan's national identity and modern martial arts. Martial arts like Kendo, Judo, and Aikido trace their origins to the samurai's combat techniques. Kendo, for example, is the modern embodiment of Kenjutsu, emphasizing discipline and respect as much as physical skill. These arts have been embraced worldwide, spreading the principles of Bushido far beyond Japan. The samurai have left an indelible mark on global culture. From Kurosawa's films to modern video games and anime, the image of the samurai continues to captivate audiences. Their stories of honor, courage, and sacrifice resonate across cultures and generations. The samurai's greatest legacy may be the lessons they offer for modern life. In an era of uncertainty, their unwavering commitment to their principles, discipline, loyalty, and self-mastery provides a timeless model for navigating challenges. We may no longer wield swords, but the spirit of the samurai reminds us to face life's battles with courage, to act with integrity, and to live with purpose. The samurai were more than warriors. They were paragons of a way of life that balanced power with discipline, strength with wisdom, and duty with honor. Their legacy is a testament to what humanity can achieve when guided by a higher purpose. As we reflect on their story, let us remember that the essence of the samurai is not confined to history. It is a living ideal, inspiring us to rise above adversity and strive for greatness. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of the samurai. If you found this exploration inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Elite Warriors. Until next time, honor your path and live with the heart of a warrior.